There's been absolutely no sound. Okay, thank you very much for letting me know that. I just realized that. Thank you. I'm gonna then, I guess, start over. Here we go. Take two, flexibility. That's all part of it. Welcome to session 4 of BookShark BootCamp. I'm your community manager, Jana, and we are going to be talking about how to organize your year, setting up your homeschool for success. I have created a calendar that you can print off from our private bootcamp page, or if you are not a bootcamp member, you are able to go to our website. Actually, you can get it from our customer service. So if you are on YouTube, please go to our customer service and ask for the printable PDF of the calendar that we created for bootcamp. That's how you're going to get what I'm showing you here right now on the screen. All right, it shows you that we started our first session of bootcamp on Wednesday the 8th, and then we followed it on that Monday with our Q&A. So we have session 1 and a Q&A, session 2 a Q&A, session 3 and a Q&A. We are on session 4, the end of July. We are halfway through our bootcamp. I am thrilled that we are moving into August next week. We will continue our weekly sessions. And then when we do get to September, we're going to move to monthly lives and monthly Q&As. Those will happen on the second and the third Wednesday of each month as we move forward. Back to how to build your calendar. I was encouraging you in my muted mic that you need to know what your school requirements are, what your state requirements are for your homeschooling. Whether you use an umbrella school, a charter school, you're an independent homeschooler, I just encourage you to know what your state requires of you as a homeschooler. Where I have been, our state has required us to do 180 days. BookShark gives you 144 what we call book days. That's 36 weeks of your curriculum at 4 days a week, 144 days. We give you 36 weeks with 1 day of an elective day, whether you choose to do a co-op or you are doing field trips, if you're doing sports, if you're doing other things, then that is your elective day. Those two types of days, book days and elective days, equal 180 days. Now, in this calendar, or when you are excited and ready, make sure to pick out what is your first day of school. My typical first day was always the Tuesday after Labor Day. So you see W1, D1, that's week 1, day 1. Then I did day 2, day 3, day 4. In our first week, we will end on Friday. The following week, we will start on the 14th, and that would actually be W2, day 1, W2, D2, D3, D4, and we'll end on Thursday that week. So week 1, day 1, W1, D1. That's just a quick way to pencil in how you're going to schedule those 36 weeks of the school year using BookShark's curriculum. I love to begin at the end, so I would always look and see when I wanted our school year to be done. So let me flip back here to our calendar that's already done, and I typically love to be done by Memorial Day. And it looks like I missed putting that in here, so I'll go back and fix that. But Memorial Day should be, oh, it actually is probably that Monday, is the 31st, might be the 24th. I'll double check it. But I always like to be done that last before Memorial Day. So I would say that this week, starting on the 17th, would be my 36th week, and I would kind of move backwards, making sure that we always took a spring break sometime in April. I usually lined it up with my girls' friends. So whatever county we were in with the majority of their friends, whatever they were taking a spring break, I always chose to line up my girls' spring break with that. Just made it easier for us to be able to make plans. Sometimes it was in March, sometimes it was in April, but I would make sure that that week was taken out. And then February is a short month, so we always did school pretty much the 4 weeks of February. Now, working backwards, you're looking at January. We usually started the second week or the first full week of January. So we would have taken off at least 2 weeks starting at the 21st and going through the 4th for our winter break. Those would be the breaks that we would take. So I took a week at a week at spring break. I have my winter break. I build in my fall break, which is typically, if I just take the 2 days, Thanksgiving day after, usually the day before, because we're prepping a ton in my house. We love to make pies. We usually host. So thinking about ahead, what days you want to take off. Those are the things that you're going to want to fill in. Do you take a fall break? Our school district in our local area always had a fall break, usually fell right around my twin's birthday. So that worked out really well for us. I do feel like there's a lot more breaking in the fall than there is in the spring. So keep that in mind. But if you have your hard start date and your hard end date, you're now going to go in and fill in vacations and holidays and any type of breaks that you want. And you're going to see how those 36 weeks are going to fall into your schedule for your school year. That is the beauty of this. That's how it worked. Now, I had a mentor, and she really liked to help kind of give herself even more wiggle room. And if her co-op, which was her 5th day, didn't start until October, she would take September and do 5 days and get another week done in the month of September, so that when October hit, they were already a little bit, had some more flex time throughout the year. So instead of being on week 5 in October, she would be on week 6. Now, you can do that so many different ways. You could start depending on how you start. A lot of schools start in August. So you guys have so much flexibility, but I'm just encouraging, get a pencil so that you can erase it when you start mapping it out of what your school year is going to look like. Because again, looking at what's required of you, what BookShark gives you, we give you 144 book days and then 36 elective days, which make 180 days. You're going to want to build in a flex day every month. That just gives you a little wiggle room. I was that person that never built in extra time for just any of the things that could happen. It's really important and helpful. Give yourself the flex day. Somebody gets sick, a doctor's appointment opens up that you need to take, friends stop by, you get into a homeschool community and somebody gets really excited and wants to do something, and you want to be able to say yes. That is why we homeschool, so that we can say yes to those things. We also know that if you're anything like my recovering type A personality, you want to be able to get all of your work done in a timely fashion. If you are not that type of personality and you're not even planning on getting through your 36 weeks in any, like if you get done, great. And if not, you also can just stop where you're at when you decide to finish your break for the summer and then start again where you left off. So many options, you guys, which is one of the many things I love about homeschooling, and especially with BookShark. I will reiterate, I think I was muted when I said this part. When you're thinking about field trips and co-op days, so co-op days are fairly regular. You can obviously do once a week co-op days or once a month. I would encourage you not to try to get schoolwork done during those days. It can become those days end up being exhausting just because you are around children, you're out of your norm, you're out of your house. And if you start to equate making your kids do things and push them through to stay on your schedule, you may find some pushback in that. So maybe you're the type of family that the expectation is there and it works out well, great. If you start that and then you are getting some pushback, I would just encourage you, don't try too much. Don't get too enslaved to the schedule that you can't be more flexible. I tried to never do any schoolwork on our co-op days or our field trip days so that my kids could just have fun and enjoy those days. Plus, I remembered we never did it in school. If we got back early from a field trip, we'd just watch a movie. All right, so I was kind of explaining the week one, day one, how you can write that into your calendar starting your first day. And then your homework for this session. Print your calendar or upload it to how you're going to use it. Fill in your days of school your weeks and your days and see how that's going to play out for your schedule. Obviously, things will change. Be flexible. But if you write it in pencil and you get it in your working binder, it's a lot easier to do that week by week, month by month. Okay. And then I would love for you just to let us know, did you decide on what day you're going to start school? Do you have a first day? Post that in our homework once I get that up on our boot camp so that we can kind of say, hey, oh, that is good. I see that if you start on this day, they're going to work it out and they're going to get through their school year. We always started the day after Labor Day. We typically camped. That was our last kind of official camping weekend. And so when we came back, we started right after that. There's so many ways to do this. If you have questions, I'm going to post so that you can get those questions out to us so we can see what everyone else is doing, get different ideas. I just have one idea. Doesn't mean I have the best idea. I have the right idea. I'm just one person, but I have done this for 9 years, and what worked for us might not work for you, and what's working for you might have improved the way we were doing it. And that is why we encourage so much of this community. So please, if you get a chance, let us know if you're going to print in paper, if you are going to start your school year before or after Labor Day, and if you find it difficult to think so far into the future, into the end of the year, or maybe even when you could take spring break. I don't want to overwhelm you. These are just suggestions. So I would love to hear what you guys are going to do to make your homeschool a success this year with BookShark. I will see you guys on Monday. I hope you have a fabulous weekend. Post your questions. We'll get them answered either in the thread or on our live Q&A on Monday. All right, you guys. Sorry about technical difficulty in the beginning. I'll get this right one day. I will see you later. Bye-bye.